Hi and welcome to my live. I'm doing an AstroVibe update because I haven't posted for a while, and a check-in and chat invitation to my classes, and I'm also doing a 50% off sale. So I'm going to invite people to join now. If you're here on the replay, thank you very much for visiting, and thank you for those who have already jumped on. I really appreciate it. Nice to see you. I'm doing a check-in and chats and an update for the astrology because we're about to come into Pluto, its first time stepping to 29 degrees Capricorn on this Sunday. So I'm just finding some music and I'm going to invite some people. I'm going to try and keep this live under 20 minutes just to keep the energy flowing for us all, because it has been a really kind of interesting week, as we've been seeing Mercury applying conjunction to Pluto at 28 of Capricorn. So I really hope that this serves. And I would love to hear, hey, thank you for jumping on, everyone. I would really love to hear, hi Trish, Usama, Luna, thank you. I'd love to hear, like, 1 out of 10, how have you been finding this week? Because we have Mars as well coming back into those retrograde degrees, like that, the retrograded over, and we're seeing a lot of slander from the public, like from people higher up in communities being slandered for their practices and such like this, whether it was warranted or not. And we are coming back over to those degrees. So I would love to hear from you guys as well, to see, just to get a vibe of like how you've been feeling with Mercury coming into applying this conjunction with Pluto. Because for me personally, as you all know, on the 31st, I held my Saturn Masterclass. That was the day that Mercury exacted the square to my Mercury, and then of course transited through my Saturn at 21 degrees of Libra, the square there, and then Pluto at 25. This has been in aspect of this square for me, touching on and off in its, I guess, in its exactness, of course. Hey Faye, lovely of you to join, thank you. Since the 31st. So Trish has just said 4 out of 10 this week. It has been a stressful week. Yep. If you noticed that it's specifically related to your astrology, Trish, if you know your astrology, because I know for me that this week alone, with the Leo moon, full moon as well, the full snow moon that we had in Leo, this was exacerbating this square transit for me. So I've been feeling, for the collective as well as myself, we've been clearing a lot of shadow, because we are entering the final couple of degrees of Pluto in Capricorn, but at the same time we are in those last few degrees of Saturn in Aquarius as well. And you're a Leo, Trish. Interesting. So Saturn in Aquarius, how what degree Leo sun are you? Are you a late degree Leo sun? Because if you're in the 20 plus, you're going to have that Saturn in exact opposition right now. So that will be really testing you and stretching you, I want to say, as well. So I'm just trying to find some music as well as check the charts, but we'll just put on some all-time favorites. Vuela con el Vito. I think that's how you spell it. That just came out, so it must be all right. Pronunciation. But yeah, Trish, I'd love to know what degree your sun is for Leo. And we're going to look here, because it is, we're seeing here now as well, the sun is applying, the sun is at 20 degrees of Aquarius, and so Saturn is at 26, so it's in an applying conjunction at the moment as well, we've got to remember. So sun coming into conjunct Saturn as well is also that extra pressure on identification of self and how we present ourselves. Yes, being in Aquarius, how we show up. Trish says, I'm not sure, but my birth date is the 5th of August. Oh, okay, you're not going to be in exact opposition then, because the 5th of August is only going to be like 10 or 11 degrees, if I'm guessing. I'll see here. Yeah, so yeah, 11 degrees. You'll be a 10 or 11 degrees sun. I just had a look here to check. Yes. So yeah, that wasn't a bad guess. All right, so yeah, you're not in exact opposition. However, when Saturn entered Aquarius up until that 15-degree mark, you would have been feeling it. All right, the exact opposition. Considering it's in a sign that is opposite your sun, though, you are still going to be feeling that echo of the pressure that Saturn was placing on you, especially as it will be in aspect, of course, square aspect to the Saturn Taurus North Node, South Node that we've got going on, right? Yeah, so view chart, today's chart. Yeah, so sun is at 20 degrees of Aquarius and Saturn's at 26. So we've got that applying conjunction beginning. Hey, Hales, lovely of you to join, hun. Mwah, nice to see you. And then we've also got Mercury now at 27 degrees, coming into conjunct, make that exact conjunction to Pluto at 28 degrees of Capricorn tomorrow, okay? Now, keeping in mind as well, that's going to be forming trines to the Libra moon transit that we're going to be seeing as well. I'm just reading the chart here now based off today's. And also, we're going to be seeing aspects from Mars as well over to Venus. That's coming off of the square energy there, Mars square Venus. What else have we got going on? Mars is kind of beginning to sextile Lilith in Leo as well. So I want to say that between now and give us 3 days advance? No. From today, it's been sextile. True Lilith, though, is what I read. So the degrees flip around. It doesn't go perfect verbatim. However, things that we've got to look forward to that I've marked on my own personal calendar. You're welcome, Trish, no worries. Is that, so tomorrow is when we see Mercury exact Pluto at 28. Right, I've touched on that, and we've got Sun applying Saturn conjunction. Now, the Venus will begin applying conjunction to Neptune at 18 to 23 degrees of Pisces on the 11th, which is Saturday. And then on the 12th is when we're going to see Mercury step into Aquarius. Yeah, from Capricorn. And then we're going to see as well, Pluto will come to that 29 degree of Capricorn, which I've been guided to read inside degrees for you guys of 29 Cap, because at 4 a.m. on Sunday, the 12th of February, is when we're going to see Pluto step to that 29th degree for the first time in our lifetimes. Yeah? So just getting rid of some of these notifications on this other phone that I've got going. I still have 2 phones going. So let's have a look to see what I've put in next. Yes, as well. And then next week on the 14th, we're going to see Neptune step to 24 degrees of Pisces, which is amazing. And also just with regards to the Mercury retrograde shadow as well, that I mentioned in the January forecast, I haven't had the brain capacity to go through and do a February forecast like what I did for January, so please forgive me for not getting that out just yet. I will try and do my best to get the balance of February out for you guys, and March I'll get out early for you as well, all right? However, Mercury retrograde shadow finished on the 7th, yeah, so technically, until we see Saturn go into Pisces on the 7th of March, we're, apart from Pluto, we're in a shadow-free zone, of retrograde shadow periods, okay? On the 7th of March is the date of that we'll see Saturn ingress Pisces at 0 degrees Pisces, all right? Now, that is the very beginning of the Saturn pre-retrograde shadow period begins, because it will retrograde from 7 degrees back to 0 degrees, okay, guys? Which reminds me as well, for those of you who are interested in purchasing my Saturn Masterclass replay with the booklet and everything, please DM me after this live, because I'll get your emails down and everything like that for when the replay is available for sale. At this point in time, I have Mercury Masterclass tickets, or the bundle, for sale. So you can buy Saturn Masterclass replay, the Mercury Live, which is on Feb 18th, and then the Venus Live Masterclass, which is on March 18th. So those all come in a bundle if you were interested in that. The other thing as well that I was guided to put up, after the Leo moon, I received the guidance to do a 50% off sale of all of my in-person offerings, including the Power of 3 package that I have up available. So that's 3 sessions with me over 3 weeks. I'm doing 50% off of that as well. But all of the sessions at the moment in my book online's page have 50% off. All you need to do is add in Love Vibe, one word. I'll drop it in the comments here for all of you on the live. Drop in this code here to receive 50% off, all right, when you go to the checkout. And you can book up to 3 months in advance. I'm going to keep this open for like 24 hours, just over 24 hours for everybody. So let me just see if I can pin it. It's going to let me pin it. Pin. Yay, beautiful. Yeah, so use that code at the checkout when you go through and schedule in your in-person session. I do have availabilities at all different hours. I've tried to like keep it a bit open to what hours you can book in, but also hours that are going to be conducive to me keeping odd night owl hours. So yeah, please keep that in mind as well. The hours that I've put in my calendar are the available hours. Yeah, just to reduce disappointment in having to reschedule and things like this, which I did have to yesterday, because of the purpose of this live is to share with you about this Mercury coming on to apply Pluto, like this applying conjunction to Pluto, right? So Mercury, you've got to think of Mercury as the androgynous or hermaphrodite energy planets. It's both yin and yang energies, sort of almost androgynous energies. We got Neptune, which is the feminine intuition for me, and Uranus is the masculine intuition. We got this applying Pluto. Now, Pluto is quite a masculine, fiery energy planet. It is the planet of the underworld, it's the planet of the shamans. Also the topic for April's masterclass as well, that's coming up. So it's the combining and the traveling and the navigating of both the divine realms and the underworld realms. Now, this is the way that the planet orbits and transits our cosmos. Now, the fact that we have Mercury, which rules both our left and our right, our yin and our yang of hemispheres of our brains, right? This is coming into conjunct Pluto. This is going to be applying pressure because Pluto likes to disrupt. Okay, you got to think of it this way. Pluto likes to destroy, to rebirth, to recreate new paradigms, new energies, new vantage points of pathways through that weren't previously perceived earlier. So when Mercury comes into conjunct Pluto, yes, they're both very, very small planets. Like the size of the planets that orbit are quite small in comparison. However, they are very, very impactful, as we know, because the speed of Mercury and what Mercury represents in the human psyche, which is also why it's the second class that I'm doing, because we did Saturn first, Mercury second. This is because of this square energy that I've personally been navigating, and as an astrologer can see the psychological implications to us in our physical vessels, and how detrimental, and I guess not detrimental, but how impactful the transits can be, especially when in difficult aspects. So this is why it's been like a real passion of mine to get this information out for these classes. Yeah. So Pluto in itself is going to drag you down into your own underworld, to make you face your own demons, quote unquote demons, okay? To make you face your own shadows. When Mercury applies this, yeah, Mercury is sort of like the microscope on what Pluto is expanding for you. So it is going to make you feel like you're in hellish realms internally. And also they're telling me as well, for some of you, with the way that this is aspecting your Chiron as well, this is also putting extra pressure on that. Not Chiron in Aries, but your natal Chiron. Okay. So I'm just feeling like what else needs to come through, because like, you know, I had a kind of rough outline of what I wanted this live to be about. However, ultimately, like, yeah, it's just whatever needs to come through for you guys. But I feel like the biggest thing as well, is that it's more so to do with how to gracefully surrender. Hey Jerry, thank you for jumping on. About gracefully learning to surrender within your own energy, and like, what does surrender mean to you? You know, because I know for me, surrendering means that I trust and I'm opening myself up to release whatever energies need to flow through me. Because we can't, when we repress, it's like we feel, I don't want to, constipated isn't the right word. It's more like we feel nauseous. We feel agitated within, the more that we try and repress the energies down and push the energies down. It's like trying to keep, you know, a buoy down underneath the water. And the more that you push it down, the more it flips around and tries to find any way out every time you try and push the buoy down underneath the water. You know, the buoy. Yeah. Jerry says, I'm a Taurus. Any recommendations to ease the shadow work from childhood? At this point in time, not really, I'm afraid, because that's what the Leo moon was bringing up for us. And Leo is in square to Taurus, and we've still got the nodes in Taurus and Scorpio, and we've still got Uranus in Taurus, squaring over to your to Taurus there, and from Leo. Yeah, so at this point in time, lovely, I feel like the best guidance for a Taurus at this time would be to surrender to your opposite, Scorpio. Okay, because Taurus is medicine for Scorpio, just as Scorpio is medicine for Taurus. That's how you have to read and understand the energies of the chart, yeah? So if you're telling me that you're a Taurus sun, you have to dive into your Scorpio sun energy, the opposition, yes? And for me, it's the same thing, you know? For me, I find a lot of medicine through inquiry into like Pisces energy, because I'm a Virgo sun. Yeah. So this can also be the shadow that you're experiencing as a Taurus, can be representing in your reality as scorpionic energy. So sacral wounding, hidden, secreted information about a previous trauma, things like that. So as a Taurus sun, it might benefit you to speak more, because Taurus rules the throat. So whether it's primal screaming, or for me, I howl a lot, you know, wolf medicine is, wolf is my spirit guide. It just came in now. Thank you so much. So howl, yes, I feel like activating your throat chakra, because your throat as a woman, our throats are directly connected to our wombs and our cervix. So the more that you can express from your throat, you're actually releasing a lot of charge somatically from your womb. Okay, yeah, I'm so happy that helped you, my love. But yeah, so look to the other shadow aspects of the signs. Thank you, I'm so glad that it was resonating. Mwah. Yeah, so I'll read the just keeping an eye on the time. I'll read 29 degrees of Capricorn, because from Elias Lonsdale. I'll just turn this down a little bit. Is that music okay? Hope it's not too loud. So I was channeling information for the Saturn Masterclass, for the divine transmission, right? That came through for that. Pardon me. And what came through was that the 29th degree of Capricorn is going to be like the dungeon degree or something very, very like ominous. Like that. I did post about it in my stories. I'll have to go back and have a look and see what it is. However, tonight, because on Sunday, the 12th is when we're going to see Pluto step to 29 of Capricorn. And also, I just got reminded as well that, both Venus applying conjunction to Pisces, that's going to quincunx over to Lilith in Leo on the 11th. So this quincunx of energy from Venus and Neptune over to Leo tells me straight away that be wary of casting projections of people attempting to diminish or belittle your the way in which you express your femininity, because that quincunx energy is giving me the vibe of bit delusionary kind of vibe, all right, with Venus conjuncting Neptune in quincunx to Lilith, okay? And also just a PSA for everybody on Venus in conjuncting Neptune. I'll get it right in a minute. Venus conjuncting Neptune. Just a quick PSA on that as well. Be wary of either like rose tinted glasses, either you for somebody else or somebody having rose tinted glasses for you. So they could equate to love bombing, or it could equate to, you know, a genuine grounded, you know, expression of love, but in a fantastical way. So for example, if somebody has been planning a proposal for their loved one, you know, with this energy, if they're planning it in this energy, it could be like the most outrageous proposal plan, or, you know, the most outrageous party event or whatever, like in the most decadent and fantabulous way possible, because of Venus conjuncting Neptune. It's very much a very whimsical vibe, very romantic, gives me fairy vibes and, like, you know, Alice in Wonderland vibes. Yeah, so just be wary of that when it comes to new people in your reality. Hey, Raina Shakur, thank you for joining. Be wary of when it comes to new people in your reality, projecting this Venus conjunct Neptune vibe on you, because it's starting to apply from the 11th of February. And it's going to be exact on the 15th, so just after Valentine's Day. So just be wary of that, guys, all right? And on the 14th, we also see Neptune step to 24 degrees of Pisces. So fresh, new, mastered Neptunian energy, as well as the same time as Venus coming on to exact conjunction the following day, which also is the same day that the Jupiter retrograde shadow finishes as well, okay? So 15th through to the 7th of March then, yeah. All right, so let's do this. Capricorn 29 for Pluto. Okay. I haven't read it yet, as if everyone who comes across this replay knows that I don't like to read them before I jump on live. I just get guided to what we're reading, and then I read it with you guys, and I'm discovering it on the live with you, okay? So Inside Degrees by Elias Lonsdale. And this is 29 Capricorn. It's called An Architect Carefully Surveying Old Ruins, which is interesting because I was talking about dungeon. I got told it was a dungeon degree. Hi, Sarah. Nice of you to join. So, an architect carefully surveying old ruins. What is to be seen is the outer skeleton of things. What is to be known is the inner essence of things. The code, the extraordinary revelation, the realization is there inherently in the very substance of existence. A practiced eye can see inside, can penetrate and illuminate. The schooling in perception comes between lives and then overshadows each and every idea or notion anybody can come up with. But to access and do honor to this advanced faculty is rare. For seeing the whole truth is excruciating to the ego mind, and therefore the battle is on to awaken to your innermost truth, or to succeed brilliantly in adapting your truth to the marketplace, selling your soul to the highest bidder. My God, this is like full on, because Saturn coming into Pisces and in the final degrees of Aquarius has been all about, one, not selling your soul, being really discerning with who you are connecting in with, who are you taking services from, what courses are you joining, what circle are you in. And this is like the 29th being told that it was like the dungeon degree of Capricorn. It's like now you're being put back into the hole, so to speak, to see a way, different way through for you. And here it's always adapting, like succeeding brilliantly from your own merit, or are you going to adapt and mutate your truth just so that you can make way in life, right? So selling your soul to the highest bidder. This is like giving me chills right now, guys. This is full on, because this is preparation work. And I was saying this as well. I think it was during the Leo full moon event that I hosted on Zoom. Off of here. I was speaking about how the final degrees of Saturn are going to be rigorously retesting us from January of 2020. Yeah, we're going to be seeing that revision energy, and it's like time has, like the movie Inception, where the street bends back up on itself when Leonardo DiCaprio is teaching that page lady how to manipulate time and the creation of the dream space in that movie Inception, right? The street bends back over onto itself. This is what my guides showed me a visual of with regards to time, Saturn, and it finalizing the transit through Aquarius. Because once we see Saturn leave Aquarius, it's not going to be retrograding back into Aquarius. You know, that's it. Once it leaves Aquarius, it's done, you know? And you know, on a cycle of things, like I wish I had my notes up, but it's in the Saturn Masterclass, the cycle of Saturn and just how many centuries it has been since we've seen this exact Saturn retrograde and this exact Saturn transit, is really quite phenomenal. So for those of you who have jumped on, again, if you were interested in the Saturn Masterclass, please DM me and I will send you a link to purchase that. And also the tickets for the Mercury Masterclass are on sale now as well for the February 18th live transmission class with me. And then we're doing Venus Masterclass on March 18th, and then it's Pluto for April. May is the North Node, and June we're doing Neptune, just before Neptune goes retrograde. So yeah, I'm preparing everybody in this Mercury retrograde class in February. We're going to be running through all of the Mercury retrogrades. We're going to be looking at the archetype of Merlin, Prometheus, and that trickster energy that is also associated with Merlin. And yeah, I'm really excited for it. So if you wanted to join the class live, the link is in the bio. I do have to update it. However, if you jump on the Saturn Masterclass link that's there, at this moment, I'll update it as soon as I get off the live to switch it over to the key events, key code events. Jump on that link and have a look, because I've got all new moon, full moon, and also the equinox events up as well. Because as much as I love these lives, like don't get me wrong, this is another reason why I wanted to do this live and this invitation, is because as much as I love this, it's like, I want to see your faces. Like, I want to connect with who is connecting in with my energy, you know? I want us to meet. I want us to build community more. So this is why I'm doing the live Zoom meetings as events for the new and full moon, as opposed to just doing a live where I'm like sitting here talking to people whom I can just see a number and whomever decides that they want to engage in the comments. You know, like for me, I'm a real people person, and I really fucking miss seeing people one-on-one. So that's another announcement as well. Like I'm hoping in April, I've already found a venue. Someone's giving me lots of 100s. Thank you, and love and hearts. Thank you. I'm so glad that you agree. So please jump on the link in the bio and, you know, hit register for the free events that I've got coming up. There's a workshop as well coming up in March for 4 days as well to journey together. So reawakening your purpose. What else? Oh yes, and in April I am sourced a location here in Victoria. So shout out to everybody in Melbourne, Victoria who wants to come and meet in person and have a monthly circle meetup. I want it to be monthly, but that is in the works as well. And yeah, so if you're interested in that, just DM me and say in-person event and your email, and then that way I can put you on the list for when I launch those details. However, yeah, that will be a paid event because it's in person and I need to pay for the venue. However, it would be an amazing opportunity for all of us to meet, you know, and to give people the healing and the space for them to be heard and held, you know, not just through lives. So I'm getting really amped up now just talking about it. I'm very, very excited about it. And as I said as well, like I am offering 50% off at the moment for all my in-person via Zoom, like my Zoom meetings, my Zoom sessions are all 50% off at the moment, including the 3-session pack. Okay, so definitely jump on the link in my bio, check out the book online section, and everything on there is 50% off with the code LOVEVIBE, all one word, all caps locks, LOVEVIBE. Okay, and that will be up until, I think I put it up for the next 24 hours or until the 11th. I don't know what time it will cut off though, so let's just say it's for 24 hours just so that you guys don't miss out. Okay, I really do hope that this is served to let you know as well with the applying conjunction that we're feeling and the other energies going on with the sun coming into conjunct Saturn. I really do hope that it's served to let you know that, you know, it is intense energies that we're feeling, and especially as we are experiencing these very, I want to say influential planets, you know, coming to, like, on a transpersonal level, collective level, global level, they're all coming to these like really high octave and high caliber of spiritual mastery degrees now. Okay, so this is where the lessons get tougher and the lessons get even more in your face. All right, so this is another reason why the energies seem to be amplifying, like when they've peaked and ebbed and flowed and then they've peaked and troughed out again. The peaks and the flows are feeling more intense. Yes, all in a beautiful way. However, the severity is amplifying. You're not tripping out on that. That is actually what is happening. The severity of the shadow work is amplifying because the further we get into these final deep degrees of both Capricorn and Saturn, Capricorn and Aquarius, okay, both ruled by Saturn. Yeah. This is going to be really testing us even more and pushing us more into how can we be and hold more grace for ourselves. As I mentioned in the video for this, how can we hold more grace for ourselves in the surrender and the acceptance of our human journey and that we are human. Okay, so if you want to connect with me one-on-one for a session, please DM me or check out the link in my bio and jump on my website. My calendar is open to you and it would be amazing to connect one-on-one. I'm sending you all the love, and I do want to keep it short because I want people to listen to all of this. And I will catch you again for another live soon. And please remember, jump on my website to subscribe and register for the free events, okay? So that we can meet face to face and really like get to know one another, okay? All right, I'm sending you all so much love. Have an amazing day or evening or afternoon whenever you come across this. And I will catch you again soon. Mwah. Bye.